Enough is enough, Ubisoft. We've sat through your multicultural lectures and your preachy games aimed at degenerates and fuck. We've tolerated it in the name of gameplay design and innovation, but no more. Far Cry 5 is an insult to your fanbase, the Americans who make up the majority of your customers, and it's time you woke up to the fact. Change this or cancel it. Us gamers have had to endure a lot of crap over the last few years. The targeted harassment by mainstream press through Gamergate, the terrible launch and outright lies of highly anticipated video games, the outright censorship of art through localization policies, the continued rejection of romantic partners when they find out our hobby, the appropriation of our culture by so-called gamers on Twitter. No more! It's time to draw a line in the sand. We, the American gamers that make up the majority of your user base, demand to you cancel this game or alter it to be less offensive to your main player base. In these times, you must understand that there might be some violent repercussions if you intend to follow through with your pointless criticism. Is that a threat? What? So here are the following suggestions to make your game right. Change the villains. It's not so hard really, just change the villains to be something more realistic. Islam is on the rise in America, as is violence in inner city gangs. Are you so scared to do so? In the words of Voltaire, to learn who rules you, simply find out who's not being criticised. After the villains, even if you insist on making the villains American Christians, consider mixing the races a bit to not target white people exclusively. There are plenty of nationalists of every stripe and race in the creed, so throw in some blacks and Mexicans. What the fuck? There's no reason a protectionist nationalist movement would all need be one race. Why stop being politically correct here? After the plot, it's obvious that you continue to insist on using these characters. However, with a few artistic tweaks, you can save the concept entirely. Have the villains simply be misguided patriots forced into making their own nation versus the will of an oppressive over-government construed of all the people they turn their wrath against in their immediate surroundings. Their brutal physical and sexual violence towards their oppressors will be explained as a reaction to harsh government policies and taxation to show that both sides are wrong. Change the setting, but only for certain markets. Look, I get that anti-Americanism plays in France, and I'm not telling you to give up on potential profits due to complaints. Wouldn't want it be thought of a hypocrite feminist, right? But for America, right now, anti-Americanism is out. You gotta play your market. Change the setting to Canada! That's amazing. For America, this is why you don't turn away potential players due to offensiveness. Yeah, because the Canadians won't be offended if you start making Canadian Christians the enemies. Nah. The Canadians are chill. They don't give a shit, actually. But the point is, that's not going to sway it. Just trying to help you make more money. No, what you're trying to do is cancel the fucking game. That's what the petition says, you fucking bellend. Follow one or more of these, and this game will be saved from politically correct hell and multicultural development. We Americans have so few games to call our own, and we're tired of losing them to multicultural bullshit. The man who wrote this was a hero, or a troll. Probably the latter. Definitely the latter. Nobody could be that stupid otherwise. Or maybe nobody could be that brave. The first tweet in the updates column here actually sums this up really well. Mike Bithell says, petition asks for less stereotype depiction of American extremist violence in game, threatens violence 3 paragraphs in. It's just amazing. And it says at the bottom here as well, Gamers United started this petition with a single signature. It now has a whole 725 supporters. Start a petition today to change something you care about. Clearly somebody cares enough about the setting of a game to put it on a petition site where people talk about their friends who have been wrongfully imprisoned, their children who are dying and need medical support but don't necessarily have the funds. Maybe they're trying to change a law so that they can give their brother a blood transfusion or something but have a medical or legal reason why they can't. Stuff like that is on here, like give food to African kids, stuff like that, stuff that actually matters. And then there's just cancel Far Cry 5. That's not what petition sites are for. But you heard the man, Ubisoft, cancel Far Cry 5, change the setting to Canada, so that you don't offend those big old Americans up on their high horses, or 5 of them, or 725 of them who were dumb enough to sign this retarded petition. But I tell you what, I've seen some pretty interesting things on these petition sites. I've seen many dying African children who need my vote so that something goes on. I need these petitions being signed to have things happen that need to happen, and this is one of those things. So to help these 725 Americans along, I reckon I'm going to go ahead and sign this petition. These people need change. We're going to sign it. Okay, so we need to think of a reason. I'm signing because optional. Right, okay. I am Eric, and I think this offend my nation. I am strong Christian, and I hate people slender rang my dad Jesus Christ in the gaming world. Please stop offend my people. I will blow up your house. Uni South. I'm actually signing because it's funny. I'm not even American. Of all the causes we could have contributed to, think we've contributed to the right one. Social justice achieved.